Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to make these animal print Barbie themed cookies perfect for a Barbie themed party. So stay tuned and I'll show you how. Here are the things that I use: a 3.5-inch cookie cutter, a 2-inch Barbie silhouette cookie cutter, a 1/8 of an inch pink ribbon, rose, brown, and black food coloring, pink fondant, and pearl dust, all by Wilton. Alright guys, let's get started. Alright guys, to get started, go ahead and cut out your Barbie silhouettes. I believe I got this from eBay a while back. They should still have them. It is the 2-inch, so I'll link it down below. I already went ahead and cut out my little Barbies. I do want to set them aside so they can get a little bit dry. I don't like using them right away because they're too flimsy. I like them to get a little bit hard so they're easier to handle and set them on the cookie. So go ahead and cut those out. Roll out your fondant really thinly and then cut them out and then set them to the side. Do not use gum paste. Do use the fondant. You don't want them to become rock hard. You want to be able to still bite into them when you bite your cookie. So do use your fondant. So go ahead and roll your fondant out and cut your little cutouts out and set them to the side, and then we can go ahead and get started with the cookies. Alright guys, to get started, I have here a round cookie cutter that is smaller than the one I used for the cookie. So I have my tool here and I'm just going to scrape the inside of it to make a circle. And you can use an edible marker as well, but I find the tool is just a lot easier and quicker. So here I have my hot pink in a tip number 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a quick little outline following the scrape that I made. So I'm going to do that all around. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do that design there, which is like a petal design or little arches. So just go ahead and do that all around, and you can do any design that you like. I'm going to do a different one after this one, so just go ahead and do the little arches. Alright guys, so after you do that, go ahead and bring those peaks down so they don't dry sticking up. So again, I'm going to go ahead and outline my circle. Okay, and after you do that, go ahead and then just do little bubbles, little pearls, and give it some space in between. In my case, because I'm alternating colors, but you can do them all pink if you like. But even if you do all pink, still do it this way, because you want to give these some time to crust before you go in between, because if you don't, since they are moist, they're going to merge together and you're going to lose that bubble. Alright, so after you're done with that, go back and make sure that you don't have any peaks, and give these half an hour, 45 minutes. The longer the better. That way when you go in with your other icing, none of this color gets absorbed into your lighter colors. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest, give this some time to dry, and I'll be back. Alright guys, so moving on to the center of the cookie, I have here a tip number 4 with the white and a tip number 1 with the black. I have my silhouette on the side here ready, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dust it a little bit with some pearl dust. This is like the shimmery kind, and I'm just going to dust it a little bit before adding it on there, just to give it a little bit of fancy shimmer. Because of the 4 cookies that I made for the Barbie theme, I did something a little bit different. So with this one, I decided to add a little bit of shimmer to it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill in the cookie. Go ahead and fill the entire cookie up. So go ahead and spread out your icing and smooth it out. Alright, so after you smooth your icing out, go ahead with your black. And I don't know if I mentioned I had this in a tip 2. And what you're going to do is you're going to make several lines. Some of them you're going to make like a V shape. So just do that and do a few at a time, that way they don't dry. And then pull the ends out as far as you can to make that nice little point. Just try not to get any white on there. Make sure you do it on both sides, even on these. Okay, so you see what I'm doing? They're just stretching those ends out so they don't stay rounded. So just do that to all of them. I'm going to do some more on this side as well. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to be leaving this area here white, because since my silhouette is a bit thin, if I put this over, it's going to show up the black stripes. I did one here and I noticed that it was showing up underneath, and I don't want it to be on her face. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave that area white, and I'm just going to set her right here like that. So I'm liking how that looks, and I might add another one here, maybe another one here, just to make sure that they look a lot like the zebra stripes and they fill up a lot of the white. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my same icing, since this is in a somewhat medium consistency. It's a little bit runnier than I would like, but I'm just going to go ahead and pipe my little bubbles, my little pearls in the middle of the pink ones, and I'm going to do that all around. Make sure your icing is in a medium consistency, or else your pearls, your bubbles won't hold their shape. So that's pretty much it for this. I think that looks pretty. So I'm going to finish up the rest, give them some time to dry. Alright guys, to get started with this design, go ahead and have your light brown in a tip 4 or 5, just so the icing can flow a lot quicker to fill this up. Then have your darker brown and your black on standby, ready to go, and I have those in tips 1. And also your silhouette, make sure that you have that ready as well, because you will have to put that in there when the icing is still wet. So let's start filling the cookie in. Just completely fill it in, and then smooth your icing out. Alright guys, so after you've smoothed your icing out, go ahead with your brown and make some little spots. Don't make them like a round circle, make them with a little bit of a design, and just do that all around the cookie. Make sure that you smooth out your icing as well after you're done, and then you can do some little like C's that kind of remind me of like those Cheetos puffs, little like kind of like C's. So go ahead and fill the rest of them up. Alright guys, so make sure that these peaks are down. Now go in with your black and then just outline them by making 2 little lines like this. And also bring your peaks down on these as well. And then you can make those little C's on there as well. Alright guys, so when you're happy with how many of these you've got on there, you can go ahead and put it in your little silhouette, just making sure that these peaks are down. And this is why I said to have these out and set them out to dry, because they're so much easier to use this way. All right. And that's it. So I'm gonna let this crust for about 10 minutes because I do want to finish her up, but I want the icing to set a little bit. So I'm gonna finish up the rest and then I'll be back. To finish this cookie up, I have here some ribbon. This is like a dusty rose color. It's not a fuchsia color, but I'm gonna go ahead and use that because that's all I have available at the moment. It is 1/8 of an inch, if I can find it right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that, and I made a really tiny bow. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add some of the icing that I use for the outside and just dab it here, or you can dab it on the bow. And I'm gonna place it right there. I'm gonna put it in a little bit of a slant, like that. Alright, so there you have it. I did give this icing about 10 minutes just to grab a crust. That way when I add my bow there, I don't accidentally get icing on my bow or puncture my icing. So I'm done. If you want to, instead of adding the bow to her ponytail, you can put it down here, and this kind of gives it a little bit of a ruffle effect and have a little bow down here. But if you're going to bag these, you may not want to put the bow down here because it's going to get smushed. It's going to get crushed in there when you bag it. So I suggest just putting it here on her little ponytail. I think that looks really cute. Alright guys, I'm going to finish up the rest and let them dry, and then I'm going to put them all together because that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so there you have it. Your zebra print and your cheetah print Barbie cookies. Really cute, right? I hope you like these, and I thank you so much for watching. That is all for this video. I do have another video, if not already posted, on another pair of these Barbie themed cookies, just in a different color. I used black for the silhouette on those in case you want to do the black ones instead of the pink ones, or you can mix and match. That'll be really pretty. Alright guys, I thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Stay tuned for more, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a good one.